here now at fourth year Newton class to conduct the debate for today. The topic to be discussed during the debate is all about the problem on will their cell phones be allowed inside the classroom during school time. We have two sides for our discussion. We have the affirmative side, Gina Bernardino, stand up, Giselle Taksay, Jen Solmar Silva, Regine Tutor, Danilyn Hama, Janly Barry, and Leslie Digamon. Again, let's give a round of applause for them. Thank you. And for the negative side, we have John Bridget Gastardo, Gerald Taghoy, Roselyn Ropon, John Mark Lancin, Gerald Hicoso, and Michelle Bata. Marvin Kasura. Thank you. Okay, during the debate, let me set the rules first during the debate. Each speaker is given 2 minutes to give their point, and after the speaker will give his or her point, our rebuttal will be done by the other side, and they still have 2 minutes for their rebuttal. At the end of the debate, each side will give their statements on their position. So let us start, and may I acknowledge the judges for today's debate. We have Teacher 3 of Rizal National High School, Sir Armiel Cabrera. Another Teacher 3, Math Major Ma'am Linaida Generan. And our subject specialist, Dr. Nerissa Galvez. And also the fourth year Galilean students as the audience. Okay, so let us start with our debate. Let us welcome Gina Bernardino to start giving her point.
We all know that we are now in a new generation. Since we are now in high technology, we can use devices like phones, tablets, computers, and also laptops. So since the issue there is that students we need to use cell phone during class hours. For me, yes, students should definitely be able to use their phones during classes. We all know that phone is a great device, and it can be used for many educational things like research, if we have projects, calculators, if we have no scientific calculators, and even putting in important dates if we have a homework assignment or a project is due. And also we are preparing students for adult life, and we should allow them to use the tools that will be used when they get there. And cell phone must be allowed in school, as nowadays that the teenagers of the new generation will like to ask anyone for themselves, and they feel that it's a matter of shame. And again, we all know that TV consists of different things, such as internet, maps, and web, and so many other facilities. And we also know that
Okay, thank you, Gina. Let us hear the rebuttal from the negative side. We have John Bridget Gastardo.
The point is, allowing students to use their cell phones in the classroom is a bad idea because usually in your statement, yes, we are using cell phones for many ways, but without using cell phone, there are many ways using the app or like calculating. There are calculators, Cell phones cause distraction. Students can easily be distracted with their phones, ring or vibrate, and the learning process will be totally disrupted when the students start to send and read messages or make and receive calls. Moreover, with the advent of smartphones, it's now easy for students to access the internet and play or shop online. You are saying that cell phone is mainly useful in the classroom, but sinasabi niyo bang nakararapat ang gumamit ng cellphone sa gitna ng klase? Nagpapakita ito ng walang modo o walang respeto sa mga guro na habang nagtuturo ang mga guro ay gumagamit tayo ng cellphone. Paano na lang kung kayo ang guro? Gusto niyo ba na gumagamit ang iyong mga kaklase ng cellphone habang ikaw ay nagtuturo? Diba hindi mo yung gusto dahil nagpapakita ito ng walang respeto sa iyo? Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you. We have now on the affirmative side, Jen Pong Arcelva.
Yes, we allow cell phones during classes or at school para kung mayroong emergency sa bahay nila, anytime his or her relatives can contact that person having an emergency. Using cell phones during classes is we must allow. Like the other school, they are required to use any gadgets like cell phones and tablets to download the books and dictionaries para di magdadala ng books na mabibigat ang mga estudyante. But depends the right of every student that they like to use cellular phones during classes because every student need that kind of device so that every student can browse their homework and details.
Okay, thank you, Jean. We have Gerald Sagoy. We are calling Gerald Sagoy.
We all know that gadgets are not allowed to use during classes because gadgets also is dangerous for our health because it's constantly exposure to the radiation emitted by gadgets like cell phones, tablets, and etc.
Okay, next we have Leslie Digamon for the affirmative side.
Cellphone is important dahil kung kinakailangan mo ito, you can use it anytime. Example, may hinihintay kang importanteng text o tawag. Yung pagbabawal mo bang hindi magamit ng cellphone, di ba hindi yun makakatulong? Parang hindi ka gumagamit kung kinakailangan mo. Sulit mo yung cellphone anytime mo iwan.
Okay. So on the negative side again, we have, let us hear from Rosalyn Rufon.
Using cell phone during classes or inside the classroom, especially when the teacher is teaching, showing disrespect. It is right when the teacher is teaching, you are using cell phone. You have been learning what the teacher teach.
Okay, Jenny Barry, affirmative.
Yes, because cell phones can be used to contact our family, relatives, and classmates. Because cell phones can be used as access information and give a more lessons to our fellow students. Cell phones can be used as students can easily call of their parents in times of emergency inside the house and outside of the school.
Okay, thank you, John Lee. Let us hear from Gerald Picoso from the negative side again.
Cell phones can be used involuntarily. Students can take a video or a picture of their teachers and or classmates that can be dehumanizing them. Alam naman natin halos lahat ng estudyante ay mayroon ng cellphone. At ito ay may iba't ibang gamit. Ginagamit rin ito upang pang-bullying, pang-blackmail, katulad ng pagkuha ng sitwasyon ng litrato na hindi dapat at pinakakalat at ginagawan ng issue. Minsan pa nga ay may mga stolen photos na in-edit at ginagawang malaraswa na pwedeng mapagsimula ng mga issue na ikitsira at ikakawala ng moral, respeto at integridad ng guro sa mag-aral at paaralan. Papayag ba tayong mangyari sa ating paaralan nito? Papayag ba tayong madungisan ang pangalan ng ating mga guro at na mag-aral? Salamat po.
Okay. Again, from the affirmative, we have Giselle Calisan.
Hindi naman lahat ng estudyante gaya ng sinasabi mo. Kasi meron naman iba, kumukuha na ng video. Example yun, guro ay nagtuturo ng leksyon. They can already take a video para kung may nakakalimutan silang lesson, pwede rin lang naman nila yung tignan para matandaan ang lahat ng leksyon na tinuturo ng guro. At hindi sa lahat ng oras nakakasama ang cellphone. Kasi nakakatulong ito sa mga estudyante, kailangan nilang mag-research gaya ng mga mahihirap na mga salita. They can also use the dictionary to their cell phones. And that's all.
Okay. Next, we have Jean-Marc Lancin, negative side.
You know that cell phone can be used in cheating, messaging in the new note passing. Students can exchange text message with test answers on them without teachers knowing. Kayo mga estudyanteng nag-aaral ng mabuti, papayag ba kayong magtukodiko ang mga estudyanteng hindi nag-aaral ng mabuti? Di ba unfair? Hindi naman talaga dapat ginagamit ang cellphone during classes kasi pwede itong pampasa ng answers sa exam o patuloy. Papayag ba kayo na allow ang cellphone during classes? Class R?
Okay, and the last from the affirmative side, we have Danilyn Hammond.
Yes, we allow using cell phones in the middle of class because not all students using cell phones in cheating. We allow cell phones in researching because just like for example, we don't have a scientific calculator. We only have a mobile cell phone. Then ano pa bang kailangan natin gawin kung wala tayong magagawa? Kailangan talaga natin gamitin ang ating mobile cell phone para gumamit ng scientific calculator. So, we need to use it.
Last speaker from the negative side, Marvin Casora.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hama. Using cell phones in class hours is very prohibited by students. Instead, like listening to the teachers, they display the cell phones, dictating to the students who is sa class. Ang paggamit ng cell phones sa ating school ay isang nagbabawal na materialis na dito nakasira at nakadistract sa isang mag-aaral upang makinig ng mabuti sa guro habang tuturo ang isang guro sa harapan. Kaya kapag ito, wag tayo gamit ang cellphone habang nagturo sa harapan. Dahil ang cellphone ay isang teknolohiya ng mga scientismo na nakisira sa kinabukasan. Habang tayo nakinig sa mga guro, habang sila tuturo, tayo na-distract habang ang ibang nag-aaral dyan ay nag-isip sa atin sa labas ng balang, tayo ay nangyari para magkating, lumabas, at para gumawa ng isang kasamang hakbang upang tayo makasapos sila po.
Okay, thank you, those speakers. And before we end our debate, let us hear the final stand of each side. Let's start with the affirmative, to be followed by the negative side.
Again, we all know that CP consists of different things such as nest, mop, lifts, and so many other facilities. By the time our students enter the profession, the need to utilize mobile technology will be even stronger. So let students use their phones during classes. So now it is that gadgets or cell phones, it is like carrying the whole world in our new generation now. That's all.
Again and again, allowing students to use their cell phones in the classroom is a bad idea because of the following reasons. Number one, the cell phones cause distraction. Number two, cell phones can be used in cheating. Number three, cell phones can be used in bullying. Number four, cell phones can be detrimental to school safety. And number five, cell phones can be health hazards. Ang cellphone ay nakakasira sa ating kinabukasan. May way na ito na nakakabuti. Pero, ang paggamit ng cellphone sa gitna ng klase ay nagpapakita ng walang modo sa mga guro natin. Dahil, kung kayo naman ang guro, di ba hindi na gusto na makita ang iyong mag-aaral na gumagamit ng cellphone dahil nagpapakita ito sa kanila na walang modo, walang respeto sa kanila? Ano akala niyo sa inyong guro, kaklase niyo? Dapat ay matuto tayong dumisiplina sa ating sarili. Huwag niyo hayaang sabihin tayo na walang respeto ng ating guro. Dapat alam niyo kung ano ang mabuti sa masama. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay, so that's it for today's debate. We will just leave it there. You will agree or you will decide whose side will you take. Will you take the affirmative, saying that cell phones will be allowed? And will you take the negative side, which is not to use cell phones during class time? So for me, cell phones should be allowed in school. Maybe yes, but there should be limitation, right? It is obvious that mobile phones can be great tools for learning and connecting. But if we keep the destructive potential in check, then the school administrator should enter into an agreement. Okay? There should be rules to be followed. There should be an agreement between teachers, parents, and especially you students on what are the limitations of your cell phone. This could mean students are not allowed to use cell phones while classes are going on, unless their teacher says otherwise. All parties involved should talk about what works for them and what doesn't. It's time to have an open conversation about this type of new communication. That is why we have this debate, so that you can give your side, whether you are positive or negative. So that's it for today's debate. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for your